Sure, it's day and night. Maybe about 1 month after surgery, she was sitting up by herself, and we were happy. We never knew what to expect with gene therapy, but as parents, and all parents, I'm sure, feel the same thing. We were going to push our child in a controlled way, in a fun way, but help them reach their full potential. So we continue to do that. We in education, we believe in early intervention. We believe in education at a young age. Language development happens at a critical period in young children. So we were doing speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, horse therapy, sensory integration, and other therapies that we could come across, plus our own, what we were developing based on what we knew from early childhood education, how we could adapt it for AADC children. I think what we see today is today her teacher commented, "Your daughter will grow up to be a normal child." We moved here to Thailand, and we just started to go to an inclusive school. She has a shadow teacher, and we let the teacher know about what she's experiencing, and the teacher really didn't know anything about this, obviously, and she's gotten to know her over the last 6 months, and she said that to us today. And my wife and I are just hugging, and tears are coming to our eyes. But she's riding a horse, she's swimming, she's running on the playground, she's forming short sentences. We were just commenting to Rylae's grandma that the phrases are coming now. So before it used to be words, and now she's doing phrases. She giggles. She has slumber parties. She had her friends stay over. She'll be 4 years old on April 1st. So she's living a pretty relative normal life, and that's a great feeling. I would say that early on, the earlier you can have gene therapy, the better. Our daughter was just under 2 years old, and I think that has a huge effect on the success of gene therapy, because a lot of development happens early in those age, early on, such as language developments, a lot of the cognitive things. The brain is going through a development process where it's pruning and trying to form these efficient synaptic connections inside the brain. So I think early on is very important. I don't have any concerns about gene therapy. I think at this point, families need to be concentrating on getting whichever gene therapy they can as soon as possible. And then later on down the road, when there's viable options on the market, we can start to debate which version has the greatest success, because like I said, time was not on our side. Our daughter was facing death, and we didn't have time to wait for it. But right now, in a clinical trial stage, parents are forced. We had to wait a year before we could have the treatment, and for us, that seemed like eternity. Later, I learned that there were families still waiting. They've been waiting, long before us. I never knew them, and that may be one of the reasons why I feel I need to be so active in the communities, because in some perspective, I feel we kind of skipped the queue. I didn't know that there was a queue, but there was. There's families before us who have been waiting forever to get this, and here we were. Our daughter is 1.8 years old, and we're getting the gene therapy. So I think the only concern I have is that this needs to get to the market as soon as possible.